Are there supplements you want people taking? Do you have golden rules on diet that you give to all new patients to say, no matter what else you do, start doing these? You're about to say take out all the fun stuff in your diet, aren't you?
No, not at all. But it's true. There's a few things going on in my head right now, and I'm going to try and. The first thing I think we've got to realise is that diet plays a huge role in our mental health. And when I coach from four pillars: mind, body, ambition, and relationships. And so in the body, we've got to see that what we eat can affect us both negatively and positively in terms of our mental health. In terms of what should you eat and shouldn't you eat? Well, anything that upsets our gut microbiome is going to impact our mental health and our immune system and the amount of inflammation. So yes, processed food, refined carbohydrates, sugars, the things that the fried foods are particularly bad. And I'm not saying, I talked about this recently, and I was like, I'm not trying to be a killjoy here. This isn't about leading a perfect life, right? Because we're not. We're here to enjoy life. Life is fun. But if you're eating those things consistently every day, then they're really, really going to be impacting your mental health. I mean, how do you feel after you've eaten, something fried or some unhealthy meal? Do you actually feel good in yourself after you eat that? And that's what I always kind of say to my clients. How does that make you feel? It might feel good at the time, but later they'll say, oh, I felt really slumped, or I had no energy, or I felt a bit down, or I felt a bit flat. It's like, okay, so let's do that connection. In terms of what I say to my clients that I'd like them to take, kefir, anything fermented, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, these are packed full of those good microbes. And what's important in terms of your gut microbiome is not just the number of bugs, but the diversity. So we want lots of different types of bugs and in big numbers in order to build a really resilient gut microbiome. So I encourage that with saying, look, I personally have 250 mils of kefir every morning. I started with a new client and I was like, take your kefir. He was like, I'm already doing it. I was like, wicked. Sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, those kind of foods. But in terms of supplements, I think omega-3 is something that's absolutely, I think, important for all of us to take. We don't get enough of it. We have a lot of refined oils and vegetable oils which are really high in omega-6, and these are really pro-inflammatory, and that's why with the fried foods we're seeing a lot more kind of, it leads to inflammation. Omega-3 is really, really good for our brain health. It's been shown to reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, and it reduces inflammation. So there's actually a really, really good article on it. If your listeners wanted to look up, just put Harvard Health Review and omega-3 for depression. It's a brilliant article that will walk you through it. The recommended dose on that is about 1 gram. It's about 1 gram a day. But if actually just by eating 3 pieces of oily fish a week, you could get the same benefit. So omega-3, and so that's something that I take and I recommend that my clients take. Again, this isn't medical advice, Ian. I don't need to say it. I would always say check with your doctor first. B vitamins are also something that's really, really good in terms of stress. They've shown if we take them for 3 months and they contain B12 to help with mental fatigue and really help improve our cognitive performance. Other things that I think are important are, depending on what you're suffering from, is magnesium. Magnesium supplementation can be really good to improve our sleep. Turmeric as well has anti-inflammatory properties, and if we know that stress is linked with inflammation, then taking anything to reduce that inflammation can be really, really positive. So there are lots of things that we can do, or we can eat from our natural diet to improve our health, but equally, yes, supplements are really good, and the ones I would say are the omega-3, your B vitamins, and also vitamin D. I think we always think about vitamin D as just our bone health, but oh my God, vitamin D plays a huge role in our brain health and our cognitive abilities, and a lot of studies have shown that a correlation between vitamin D levels and levels of depression. So, and we can get that vitamin D from obviously dairy products and actually being in the sunshine and things like cod roe.
It's really hard not to stop and start taking notes. I keep forgetting. I'm like, stop listening. Remember the next question. Because that's what I love about.
My brain is there's so many things I want to say. I mean, I'm not very good at being succinct.
That's why I love this podcast, because it's just like I'm scratching my own itch a lot of times.